welcome to the premiere episode of Buddhism for Today. In this episode, we are going to cook up a recipe for happiness by introducing you to the practice of Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism. The essence of this practice is Myoho Renge Kyo, pronounced Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. This is my cup of coffee in the morning. This is what I do every morning to get me going. Maybe you have your own way of getting up in the morning. You could be drinking a cup of coffee or doing yoga or a cup of tea or whatever your routine is. But for me, it's chanting Daimoku, or the continuous repetition of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. At my house, I have a Buddhist altar, and I also have a Gohonzon, which is the honorific scroll that we chant in front of. We meaning SGI members or practitioners of Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism. So what do the words Nam Myoho Renge Kyo mean? Nam Myoho Renge Kyo literally means devotion to the mystic law of cause and effect through sound or teaching of a Buddha. The word Nam derives from Sanskrit. A close translation of its meaning is to devote oneself. So Nam literally means devotion. Myoho. Myoho literally means the mystic law. Myo refers to the very essence of life, which is invisible and beyond intellectual understanding, while Ho means law. So Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, or Myoho Renge Kyo, means the mystic law of cause and effect inherent in the universe. Renge. Renge means lotus flower. The lotus blooms and produces seeds at the same time, and also represents the simultaneous aspect of cause and effect. The circumstances of our lives are determined by the causes and effects, both good and bad, that we accumulate through our thoughts, words, and actions at any given moment. This is called our karma. The lotus flower is a beautiful flower that grows in a muddy swamp. And this is kind of a metaphor for our inherent Buddha nature that all human beings have. All human beings have something called a Buddha nature, or a potential for enlightenment. And the metaphor then correlates to human beings that have maybe, are defiled, our nature is covered up with karma. But when we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we can manifest our Buddha nature and our potential for happiness. Kyo. Kyo literally means sutra, or the voice or teaching of a Buddha. In this sense, it also means sound, rhythm, or vibration. So what would be a recipe for a happy life? There are three basics in applying Buddhism to our daily lives: faith, practice, and study. They are the primary ingredients in the recipe before revealing our innate enlightened condition or Buddhahood. Through chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, studying Buddhism, and taking action daily for the sake of society, we can establish a sense of happiness and wisdom, and also contribute to society. So how do we define faith, practice, and study in Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism? Faith is defined as an expectation that something good will happen in your life or your circumstances will improve for the better. The practice consists of chanting Daimoku, or the repetition of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and reciting the Hoben and Jigage chapters in the Lotus Sutra, which are the two highest chapters in the Lotus Sutra, the two essential chapters. This is called Gongyo, which literally means assiduous practice. There's practice for yourself and practice for others, or telling people about the benefits of chanting. This is called Shakabuku. Study. There are many study materials in the SGI, including the weekly newspaper, the World Tribune, the monthly study magazine Living Buddhism, and the collective writings of Nichiren Daishonen, known as the Gosho, which in Japanese means honorific writing. I was introduced to this practice of Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism by attending a Soka Gakkai International meeting, or SGI meeting. The Soka Gakkai International is an international Buddhist network that actively promotes peace, culture, and education through personal change and social contribution. The Soka Gakkai International, or SGI, is a Buddhist association with more than 12 million members in 190 countries and territories worldwide, with headquarters based in Tokyo, Japan. SGI members practice the teachings of Nichiren Daishonen a Buddhist monk who lived in 13th century Japan. The first president of the Soka Gakkai was a Japanese educator in the 1930s known as Tsunase Saburo Makiguchi. The second president of the Soka Gakkai was Josei Toda, a Japanese educator who died in prison during the Second World War for opposing the policies and practices of the Japanese military and government. The third and current president of the Soka Gakkai International is Daisaku Ikeda, who was mentored by Josei Toda, and Josei Toda in turn was mentored by Mr. Makiguchi. Soka Gakkai, or Soka Gakkai literally means value-creating society. The core philosophy of the SGI can be summed up by the concept of human revolution, which is kind of a modern-day term for enlightenment. SGI members practice in over 190 countries and territories worldwide. The SGI engages in different activities worldwide, such as cultural exchange. The SGI believes that cultural exchange is an ideal way to develop ties of friendship between different cultures and nationalities. Another activity that the SGI engages in is in human rights. SGI's activities to promote awareness of human rights focus on respect for the equality and dignity of all people, in that sense that all people have the Buddha nature. So all people are worthy of respect. SGI is also an active participant in interfaith dialogues and events. Also, sustainable development. SGI is actively involved in promoting sustainable development through educational campaigns and practical measures such as recycling and tree planting projects worldwide. What exactly is a Buddha? Perhaps your idea of a Buddha is someone who has a shaved head, or someone running around in robes, or someone begging for alms or whatnot. Okay, actually, in Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism, Buddhism means someone who is enlightened to the law of Myoho Renge Kyo. 2,500 years ago, Shakyamuni Buddha became enlightened under the Bodhi tree in India. As you can see by the map, Buddhism then spread via two streams throughout Asia. So Southeast Asia then spreading from India to Khmer, as you can see on the map, through Vietnam, to Thailand, to Sri Vijaya or in Indonesia. And then we have the Mahayana stream, which spread from India to China, to Korea, and then Japan. So when you chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you could receive tremendous benefit. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. There are two kinds of benefits you can receive by practicing Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism. Inconspicuous, which can be defined as clear, visible benefit, and inconspicuous, good fortune accumulated over time. Okay, so clear, visible benefit. A lot of SGI members, when they need to get a parking space, they'll start chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. That's an example of a conspicuous benefit. Or if you need a job, or if you need immediate finances. This is the power of chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. You can actually get benefit, things that you need. Inconspicuous benefit is good fortune accumulated over time. So a change in your financial situation, overall change in your health, family relationships. This can be defined as a gradual expansion of your life state over time. SGI President Ikeda says, there are two kinds of benefit that derive from faith in the Gohonzon, which is the scroll that we chant to: conspicuous and inconspicuous. Conspicuous benefit is the obvious, visible benefit of being clearly protected or quickly able to surmount a particular problem when it arises, be it an illness or a conflict in personal relationships. Inconspicuous benefit, on the other hand, is less tangible. It's good fortune accumulated slowly but steadily, like the growth of a tree or the rising of the tide, which results in the forging of a rich and expansive state of life. We may not discern any change from day to day, but as the years pass, it will be clear that over time we've become happy and that we've grown as individuals. This is known as inconspicuous benefit. Conspicuous benefit, for instance, might allow you to eat your fill today, but still leave you worrying about where your next meal will come from. Inconspicuous benefit, on the other hand, more resembles a situation where, though you may only be able to eat a meager meal today, you will steadily develop your life to the point where you will never have to worry about having enough to eat. The latter is surely a far more attractive prospect. So you can, by chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, receive tremendous, incredible benefit. And so I really urge everyone who's watching this show tonight to really try it for yourself. Every day start chanting for 5 minutes Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, and see what happens. If there's something that you want to chant for, just try it yourself. The protection from chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. In true Buddhism, there are protective functions of the universe called Shoten Zenjin, which is a Japanese term. These can be defined as the inherent functions of the universe to protect those who uphold the mystic law of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. When you begin to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you are in rhythm with the law of life. Basically, you are in the right place at the right time, and you will have an increased ability to avoid accidents and mishaps. Protection is invoked in proportion to the prayer and practice of the believer. We all have karma, and so we all have karmic retribution based on the causes we've made in the past. We cannot escape from the effects. But by chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you are to an extent protected from the past bad karma you may have accumulated. There have been experiences of SGI members who have been chanting at their homes and been in the midst of a fire or whatnot, and found out that all of the people around on their block had their houses burned down except for their house. So the power of chanting is tremendous. Another experience is kind of an urban legend in the SGI community is the story of some members in Colombia who were chanting, and it was only their house that was able to escape from mudslides. So when you chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you will receive tremendous protection from the environment. So again, I would like to really urge everyone out there who's watching this to really experience the chanting yourself. You have nothing to lose. And whether it's in your car or in the shower or wherever you would like to chant, I really recommend you just chanting 5 minutes a day, or whenever you find yourself in a precarious situation or a dangerous situation. I really encourage you just to try chanting, to invoke that protection. It's a fantastic, wonderful practice, and I really encourage you to experience it yourself. So I want to thank you so much for joining us again tonight, and I look forward to having you watch the show again in the future. Thank you so much. The Buddha nature manifests itself from within and brings forth protection from without. From the writings of Nichiren Daishonin.